Morning. It's currently 8:30 a.m. Day 2. 4-day work week. Went and got in some cardio this morning. Hopped on the incline treadmill at about 7% incline. And correct me if I'm wrong, what does the numbers exactly mean on the treadmill as far as like incline goes? I just go off of, I was at a 7 incline, whatever that means. I know that the speed is miles per hour. At a 3 to 3.5 mile per hour speed. Fluctuated the incline also between 5 and 7 and hit about 300 calories for about a 45-minute session. Feeling it a little bit more today. Definitely a little stiff right here. Feels good though. Seeing a lot of results. Things are going well on the scale. As long as I keep this up at this pace, I'm going to definitely hit my goal. The cravings, they're starting to set in a little stronger than they was. I'm starting to think about things more often that aren't diet friendly, which are just part of the hump. When I quit smoking cigarettes a few years ago, that was one of the hardest things I ever did. When I woke up one day, I just didn't like the way I felt. I didn't like the way that they smelled. They made my house stink. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them up. I'm going to quit. And many times I tried with the weaning off method, and it just never worked. I would always backslide or have a bad day and get smoking more. So I feel like it's the same situation with this. You're going to have those cravings and it's going to be hard at first. But as you go and overcome these humps, I think it'll get easier to stop thinking about things. But I can tell you right now, Cane's was on my mind heavy last night. Didn't hit till late at night. After doing a pretty decent fast from about 8 p.m. the night before till about 3 o'clock yesterday, I ate nothing. And when I did come around and start eating, I still wasn't really hungry. I kind of had to force myself to eat just because I knew I needed to put something on my stomach for this job. My job's got a little bit of physical effort, and I felt like I needed something in my stomach to maintain it, but I could have kept going. Things are going pretty well. I'm wondering what my route's going to look like today. Last few days have been kind of weird. Like last Wednesday, because I work a Sunday through Wednesday schedule. Last Wednesday, I had a big route, like 180 stops, and with some moderate country in there. It was actually kind of crazy. The worst part of it was I had mostly apartment buildings, and the way Amazon works, if you have, let's say your house and your neighbor's house orders things, and they're directly across the street, they'll group those into one stop and call it a multi-location stop. So in the aspect of your route, you'll have 180 stops, but if you count each of the locations as separate stops, technically be at 81. Do you understand what I'm saying? That gets amplified dramatically when it comes to apartment buildings. Multiple times per route that I'll have that are apartment focused, it'll be 180 stops, but 40 of the stops will be apartments. And let's say 30 of them are going to be multi-locations, and they'd be the whole building. The multi-location would be the whole fucking building. So you just never know what's staring you in the face when you get these routes. And yesterday I had 134, and you would think it'd be a good sign, like, oh wow, I'm gonna get off early today, low stops. Oh, absolutely not, because those low stops are spaced about 6 minutes apart. So really no rushing through it and getting done early. It took me right up to 7:30 last night, which is my time limit. We just had a Wawa built, say about a month ago. It got finished. And I was a huge UDF coffee person. I would go to UDF every morning and get 2 coffees. I started going to the Wawa, and their selection of coffee is phenomenal. They've got everything. They have this thing called hazelnut, and I would walk past it. Walk past it every day, like, yeah. I just drink black coffee. I don't like sugar, creamer, none of that crap. I feel like coffee is perfect just the way it is. It doesn't need anything, and when I do have sugar, it tends to just make me tired. So that's what I'm thinking he's talking about, like a hazelnut frappe. And in my opinion, that crap is a milkshake. It's a 6 a.m. milkshake. So I don't do that. And he's like, no, bro, it's just a coffee roast. You just hazelnut. So like I said, when I walk in the Wawa, I see it. And I'm like, oh, that must be what he's talking about. Still walk past it. Still go to what I'm comfortable with. Because I accidentally ended up with it one day. There's like a bin that's just called regular roast or something like that, regular. And that's what I would go with. Well, one day they accidentally put the hazelnut in that, and I'm drinking it. I'm in the car drinking it like, this is fire. What is this? Why does this taste so good, man? They know what they're doing. They brew a good cup of coffee. Come to find out, that was the hazelnut. So I got transitioned, you know, hazelnut coffee, black, of course. It's a great flavor change, you know. It's nice in the morning to have a little bit of flavor. I still enjoy my regular old, just black, plain coffee. But this right here, this is a nice little change. I can get used to this. I think this is what I'm have my go-to be. I do tend to get set in my ways, and I try to combat it by stepping outside my comfort zone. And I've done a few things like that because I've always been a gamer my whole life and an indoor person. I got real big into this guy named Burn Peak, and I have 2 channels, Burn Peak and Burn Peak Express. And he's great. He does mountain biking content. So what you'll have is he'll be reviewing different mountain bikes, high-end mountain bikes, fucking Build-A-Bear mountain bikes he just puts together in his garage, Walmart mountain bikes, reviewing them. And he makes it look like so much fun doing these downhill trips, hitting these jumps, going super fast through the woods. He convinced me to invest. So I think it was like tax time or something. I go buy a Trek Marlin. And let me tell you, first of all, where I was at in Ohio up north, it's not the most hilly of areas. So you're just flat ground. And it was a good bike. Don't get me wrong. It was Trek Marlin 6. It was great. I loved it. It was a nice bike. But once I got into it, I was just having second thoughts about it. Like, I was in the woods, out of breath. And this is before the massive weight gain. This was just because I was unhealthy from smoking and stuff constantly. So like I said, man, I'm out in the middle of the woods giving it hell, and I get about halfway through the trail, and I just eat shit around this little berm that they have. It's like a little swoosh. I'm going around it, and I just eat shit hard, man. And I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. And my wife, who supports me in everything I do, I love her so much. She's there for me on anything I want to try. She sees me come back, and I'm just pushing the bike, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Well, my whole fucking arm right here is just road rashed because I don't know what I landed on. It was a muddy berm, but there was almost like some rocks there. Like it was like gravelly rocks. And man, when she seen that, she was like, what the fuck happened to your arm? Because it wasn't just like a little scrape. It was like big. It was huge. Fucked up my elbow. I was walking around all gimpy. So, long story short, after about 3 months of this, I ended up just telling her one night, like, I don't think biking's for me. And she just gives me the look like really? So when I did, after I sold the bike, I put the money up just because I never know what my next endeavor will be. I go skating for my little sister's birthday one time. I come to where my mom lived, and they have like one of the biggest skate floors in the area, like in Ohio, Castle Skateland. And I just fell in love with it. Now, when I was a teenager and a kid, I was really big into skating, and I was actually pretty decent. But as an adult, I had never really thought of, like, let's go skating. So we go skating. This is probably the first time I've been on skates in 15 years. I just get out there and just absolutely fall in love with it. And I'm like, oh, this is for me. This is what I need to do. So I take that money and I invest in it. And I will say, it's been a great thing for my health. I bring all this up just to say, this is how I step outside my comfort zone. I'm more of an indoorsy, introverted person, but when I find something I like and something that makes me passionate, I go like balls deep in it. So that's been helpful with my weight loss journey because I go skating like at least once or twice a week. I try to go more. Like throughout the summer, they're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I got Thursdays off, so I'll usually go. When I went to the doctor, I got diagnosed with high cholesterol, and he told me, like, man, you need to start doing some exercise, and wanted me to run. And that's when I brought up the fact that I skate, and I told him, like, I'm really not, like, big on jogging and getting out, like, jogging in front of people because I don't feel like I have the best form. You just, when you're doing things to start out and you're overweight and you're trying to learn and do things, it makes you feel, like, super self-conscious about yourself, and, like people are looking at you, even though they couldn't give a shit less about you. They're just going about their day. You almost feel like they're sitting in their car laughing at you. So that kind of, like, has always deterred me from getting out and jogging. And when I told the doctor, like, I'm not a big runner, but man, I skate. I go skating pretty consistently. Will that work? He was like, that'll work great. So it's just great how like the universe works itself out. I didn't know I had high cholesterol when I started skating. I just started, and I just feel like that's just the universe kind of being there for you. As I get ready to start this shift, man, just wanted to pop in here, give a quick vlog. This is something I'm really starting to enjoy. Just sitting in my car, sitting by myself, popping on the camera, and just kind of putting my thoughts, not so much on the paper, but out into the ether. It's a good feeling. One thing I know is if this channel is for nothing else, it's going to be good for me to look back on in 5 years, or even less, 3 years, 2 years, just to look back on and know, like, you stepped outside your comfort zone once again. You're an introverted person. You started a YouTube channel. You got in front of the camera, punched fear in the face, as Think Media says. I love that channel. And you just pressed record. Can't ask for much more than that. So let's get to this, man. Y'all enjoy your day. Knock that shift out. Get that money. Things ain't getting no cheaper.